everybody, welcome to Zoe's Treasures. I'm Tracy. I'm here with my husband Noel. He's behind the scenes running our camera today and doing our graphics. And we're just going to jump right into it. As always, if there's anything you want to see, please feel free to throw that in the chat. There is a coupon code in the show notes. So with that, let's get started. Our first up today, look at this guy. He is so adorable, but look at that look. He is like getting in trouble. Is that not the look of a duck that has done something wrong? How cute is he? Just a little shelf sitter to add to your collection. Go ahead and get that running for $1. Drop this time down. And it is up and going. Hope you guys are having a great weekend today. I have been traveling all week, so I was in New York at the beginning of the week and then Miami at the end. Talk about two completely different cultures and climates. It was crazy. Thank you, Nikki, but probably not that fancy. I appreciate the compliment, though. All right, we have a little glass. I put crackle glass really quick. I had to upload everything really quick. Like I said, I just got home late last night from a trip this week, a work trip. And I put crackle glass for this, but I'm not sure if it's actually crackle glass. So I do want to correct that before we get bids on there. But it's like a textured glass. And it's just like this little pitcher, but it's a flat top. So I thought it was really interesting. Has an applied handle, amber glass. You can feel and see that Ponto mark on the bottom. So it's a really neat little piece. It is, a few inches high. I think, let's see if I can find my tape measure around here somewhere. It's about 4 inches tall. No chips or cracks. That is up and running. And while that's running, I'm going to grab my tape measure because I do know I did not put measurements and everything today. And thanks for looking at that one. Next up, we have an antique shaker. This is Nippon, which those of you who've been here before know Nippon's one of my favorite things ever. So this is a shaker. Looks similar to some of the hat pin holders, but because it's not, it's more round here, it is a shaker. Does have the little cork on the bottom. There is paint wear up on the top, but this is over 100 years old, so I would expect that. No chips or cracks, but beautiful lusterware finish here. And it looks like there's a boat with like an island scene going on there. And that's going now for $5. So I am really trying here to move all my Saturday shows to everything $5 or less, starting bids. Wednesday shows, which I do at 7 a.m. on every Wednesday, are always $1 starts. I do have just maybe 2 or 3 items today that are over the $5 start, but not many. All right, next we have this great pitcher. Blue and white is so popular. And this is like a porcelain pitcher, but it's very, very light. So it feels different to me because it's so light. But it is absolutely beautiful. That white, tiny bit of staining on there with that gorgeous blue. No chips or cracks. In perfect shape. It looks so beautiful with some florals coming out of there. And that's up and going. And thank you for looking at that one. So next we have this bell. I just found this today. And I think I've had maybe 1 or 2 bells in the past. So it's not something that I do a lot of. But I really liked this one because it is hand painted. And it has those beautiful, I think those are daisies on there. It does ring. I'm not going to ring it. And let's see if I can find it in here. It is signed by the artist in there. So if you can kind of see that little signature. And it's that beautiful kind of cobalt glass. No chips or cracks. And I just thought this was a really, really pretty one. We're going to go ahead and get that going here. Let's see if I can pin the item and get it started. And that is going now. Took me a minute. I got some weird message from Whatnot when I clicked that button. Huh. Thanks for looking at that. Next up we have some bone china napkin rings, just in time for all the great holiday dinners coming up. So these are, it's 4 bone china napkin ring holders. So you get that white with the gold trim around them. They do have the little sticker on the inside. I cannot read it, it is so tiny, but they are very pretty. You do get 4 of them in great condition. So it would be perfect for your upcoming holiday dinners. Or you can use them in the, you can also use them to put like washcloths and stuff through, just be a little bit fancier, like in a guest bathroom or something. That's always pretty. Thanks for looking at that. Next we have a little brass deer. This is so adorable. Would look great with your Christmas items. So it is brass, but it actually has like the print of the deer on there. Like you can kind of see, like, you know, when the deer have the spots. It is in great condition, just so cute. A little brass piece. We'll get that going. Pre-bid on vintage thermos. Great, we will do that one next. And thanks for your bid on that. And Vintage Alley, thank you so much. That deer is going to you.
On its way to you.
All right, let's go ahead and jump over to the thermos. This is so cool, this thermos. Let's see if I can just, there it is. We're gonna pin it. So it is, I mean, it's old, it is vintage. So it has some dirty spots to it there. The lid does come off. Let's see if it took me a second earlier. You can see kind of the lined thermos part. What I thought was really cool about this is that on the bottom of it, it says it's a pint vacuum bottle by J. Chiguns, I think it says. But what's really neat, it says sold only by Sears Roebuck and Company. So I just thought that was kind of neat. So we've got this really cool vintage thermos. Thank you for your pre-bid. We're going to go ahead and get that up and going right now. That is running. And the Owl's Nest, thank you very much. That's going to you. And my next item has a pre-bid too, so we're just gonna, that just worked out perfectly there. So we are gonna go to this brass unicorn. Let me just move this thermos over here to the other side. And the brass unicorn, how cool is that? How often do you see a brass unicorn? It is a unicorn, right? One of those things you don't find out in the wild very often. There we go. All right, so this is a cool brass unicorn, probably about 5-6 inches tall. So yeah, see the height of my hand, about the size of a hand. All right, go ahead and get that going. That is up and running. Thank you for your pre-bid. So I was saying I was in Miami for the last couple of days. And I went to Hell's Kitchen for the first time ever. Awesome. Has anybody ever been there? And Vintage Alley, thank you so much. Okay, this is probably one of my favorite pieces today. So this is a cast iron piggy bank. Oh, for work, I am a CPA, so I'm an accountant and auditor. But I don't do audit, I don't do client-facing work anymore. I actually write learning materials. So I do get the privilege of traveling the country and delivering learning materials. So it's kind of fun. Got to go to Belgium a few years back. So some cool opportunities that come with it. All right, so cast iron piggy bank. It's actually a carousel and it does spin, which I thought was really neat. This is just kind of one of those unique pieces. The little money spot, you drop your coins in there, and there's a little rubber piece, and if we can get, there we go, down there on the bottom. So I just thought this was a really unusual little piggy bank. And it is cast iron. There is some paint wear on that red. Oh, well, that's neat. That would be a fun one for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Thanks for looking at that. Next up, we have this really adorable owl. This is just a little ceramic owl with those big old eyes. I was watching a show the other day and somebody said, it's an owl with big eyes, and somebody in the chat wrote, don't all owls have big eyes? And it was just the banter going back and forth was really funny. But beautiful owl. If you are an owl collector, that is up and going. Thanks for looking at that. I'm just doing a quick run through, looking if I see any pre-bids that I'm missing. If I do miss your pre-bid, just holler out at me. Sometimes I don't see them when I'm flipping through here. Let's see, what was next? Where are we on my list? Oh, here we go. We're actually out. There is a pre-bid on the Christmas box. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, a lot of CPAs end up being teachers. That's kind of a common thing. I was client-facing for a long time, didn't enjoy the client-facing work, so now my clients are actually the other professionals in the company, and I really enjoy that. Okay, so we have some Christmas blocks here. I was hoping they would spell Santa when I bought them. We have the S and the A, but they don't actually spell Santa, but they do have a lot of neat little pictures of Santa on the blocks. They are very old-fashioned looking. I don't know if they are super old or they're made to look old, but they're really cool. We're going to go ahead and put them down over here before I drop all of them. One or two of them has a little ribbon on there to hold them, but they're fun. And those are up and going. Thanks for your pre-bid. And Vintage Alley, those are going to you. Thank you so much. All right, next we have, what's up next? Oh, we have our little duck planter, which is here. I knew I put it over here somewhere. This is so cute. How cute would that be with a little succulent in there? Just a duck planter. Vintagey looking. Don't know who makes it, but it will look cute with a little succulent. $2 for that. Up and running. Teaching business classes. Oh, that's fun. I would love to do that eventually whenever I'm kind of done with my full-time career. I don't know though. I've been doing a lot of whatnot and kind of getting into all of this lately, so I'm thinking this may end up being my fun retirement thing eventually. Okay, let's see. Next we have which one did I do? The Vine Scalloped Edge Footed Milk Glass. Make sure I'm doing the right one. That is not this one. Interesting. You know what? I'm going to have to move to the next one because I think I grabbed the wrong listing there. So let's go to, I have that, I just don't have it out here. All right, let's do this one instead. This one is a piece of milk glass. This one is Fenton, and it is your traditional top hat Fenton piece. I had actually bought this to put in my bathroom with a succulent in there and just never got around to it. You know, I am so full of these great ideas, and then after about a year, I'm like, yep, I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to pass it along to somebody who can actually execute on the ideas. And we're going to go ahead and run that. Up and going, dollar start bid. No chips or cracks. Thanks for looking at that one. We have a little black trinket box, and this is like it's like wood or that really, really thick cardboard material. I think it's wood because it feels very thick. I can't squeeze it at all. It is from the USSR and has this really pretty hand-painted bird and flower scene on the front of it. It is on the smaller side, and you open it up and it's red on the inside. There is a little bit of paint wear right there along the bottom edge. But other than that, I think it's pretty neat, especially the fact that it is from Russia. And that is going. Thanks for your bid. And that's going to Vintage Alley.
Thank you.
Okay, this is so cool. This is one of the few pieces that I have that's over a $5 starting bid. And the only reason is just because of what I paid for it originally. But this is actually 3 pieces. So you get this like a tin percolator. So you have, it's just a percolator, been hand painted, still has the pieces inside there. But it's been hand painted with this really cool Santa Claus picture. And then you kind of come around here and you got your gingerbread on this side with the Christmas tree. So we have that one. And then it comes with 2 little wooden Christmas trees. So just 2 little wooden pieces to complement it. And put the Santa Claus there, and the 2 little wooden trees. What a fun thing to make like a tablescape out of. And that is up and going. $15 starting bid on that one. The bin is full. If you see anything in there, I am open to offers. So feel free if you like something, but maybe it just doesn't quite fit into your budget. Thanks for looking at that Santa Claus. We have another piece of milk glass. I have quite a few pieces of milk glass today, just seemed to be what we had. This one has the hobnails on it, which I really like. I love that look. It's one of my favorite ones. With the kind of ruffly scalloped edge along the top. Mint condition, nothing, no chips or cracks on that one, nothing wrong with it. Go ahead and run that, $3. Welcome in if you're just joining us. There is a coupon in the show notes. And the bin is full. Thanks for looking at that one. All right, here is the other, to me, this is the star piece of the day. This is just gorgeous. At least I fell in love with it when I saw it. So this is an ironstone cheese dish, or nowadays, I don't know if you would actually use it for cheese, maybe hide some cake in there, hide your goodies in there. There is no chips or cracks. There is a ton of crazing on it. So there's a lot of crazing. And it's just such a unique, there's such a unique design on the edges. It has kind of like this, like there are indentations here, but I mean, it's made that way. It just gives it a little bit of character. Just beautiful. Gorgeous painting on there. And you get the bottom piece with no chips or cracks that it would sit on. A beautiful ironstone piece. I'm going to go ahead and run that one. That is up and going. Thanks for looking at that one. Next we have this little picture. I always love to find little pictures, like you just have a little spot like in a hallway or something, or maybe like a collage where you need something small. And so I love this one. It has a felty, like around here it feels like felt, green felt. And then you have this piece where it looks like it's under glass, but it's not. It's more like a plastic feel to it. It's pretty hard. This is a reproduction. It is J. von Husum, if I'm saying that right. I did a tad bit of research, and I think he's a Norwegian artist from a long time ago. I'm going to go ahead and run that one for $3. Very beautiful floral print on that one. Thank you for your bid. Vintage Alley, thank you so much. We have one more small piece of art, which I'll go ahead and run now since we're doing it. If I can just find it really quick here. Somewhere. This other little piece, here it is. This one is like the paper craft. I forgot the correct name for it, so I put paper craft in there, but maybe if somebody knows, throw it in the chat. So those are all little pieces of paper that have been folded or twisted or are just, done just right to create this gorgeous floral. It is on a piece of wood, has a hanger, and from what I can tell, it doesn't look like any of the pieces are missing out of there. Quill, that's it, thank you. Yes, quill. And we're going to go ahead and get that one running, $5 for this piece. Another little one to add somewhere into a collage or something. And thanks for looking at that one. Throw that back there. All right, what else was on the list here? Let me just kind of slide back up a bit. We have a mustache cup, which just always intrigued me. I don't know why. You ever have those items that you're just like, every time you see them in the store, you're like, oh, that's so cool. Like, I'm that way with these mustache cups. So either mustache cup, or I've also heard them called shaving cups, which I'm not quite sure if there's a difference. I probably should research that. But I just always thought they were so neat. So we have this little one here. $3, up and going, no chips or cracks. Pretty little design on there. Tad bit of paint where I think maybe it had some silver around the edges at one point in time. Thanks so much for looking at that one. We have a tin, a very tiny tin. This is Ohio Art, and it is an old cinnamon tin. And on the back, in really tiny, tiny print down here, right above my finger, it does say Ohio Art, USA on there. But it's an old little cinnamon tin. It has the pictures of the women on there. It is kind of that rusty crusty. So more for decor than to put any real food type item in there. The lid does go back. There we go. I'll go ahead and get that going. And that is up and running. Little Ohio Art tin. Thanks for looking at that one.
All aboard. Join me at the Strap Your Boots Honoring Veterans Raid Train, November 11th.
All right. Up next, we have some shakers here, and they're just single shakers, which I thought were so great to add to decor somewhere or put in a vignette. And we're going to do choice on these, and we're going to throw, here, let's do it this way. We'll count the right way. People will think I don't know how to count if I do it backwards. All right, so numbers 1, 2, or 3, if you can see those. So first we have a little rooster, and they are shakers, but they're just single shakers. Most of them are missing their little thingy down there. So they're more for decor than they are for actual using for your salt and pepper. We have our lamb, this little porcelain lamb. This one, does that say Japan? I think that one says Japan on the bottom. And then we have number 3, which is this really cool looking bird here. They are all in great condition. That one actually, that does say Japan and it has a stopper, but so you could use it as a shaker if you were interested in doing so. And so it's going to be winner's choice, up and going for $1. And thank you for looking at those. We have one other item that we're doing winner's choice on today, and that is some candy molds. So I have, these are sets of 6 candy molds, and so each little bundle is 6 of them. So we have a diamond shape. We have and these are like little tinny metal, what is that, oval shape? Or we have round. So we have the little candy molds. And we'll go ahead and get that going. And that is up and running. Thank you for looking at that. I found this little boy and girl, and they were so cute, and I'm so tempted to put them on my Thanksgiving table. So you have a little boy and girl pilgrim here. So we have the boy. They do look like they were hand painted at one time. They are signed on the bottom LG77. So these are hitting close to 50 years old. Almost there, not quite. So you've just got the little boy and girl pilgrims. Some paint wear, but no chips or cracks. So they're in great shape. You would get both of those as a set. Let me move this out of the way. Go ahead and get them running. A little boy and girl pilgrim. If I don't sell those, those are probably those are going to end up on my Thanksgiving table. Right. Next we have a pottery bird that I thought was unique. So look at this guy. This is a piece of pottery. You can kind of see there on the bottom the clay look there. Obviously somebody hand did this, probably a studio piece of some sort. But what a fun, just a fun pop of color in your pottery collection. We'll go ahead and get that one going. He is running. So we are this year, my family is doing Thanksgiving and Christmas all on one day because we are going to go to Mexico for Christmas. So we have our adult children coming in early. They're coming in, I think it's the first weekend of December. So we're just doing Thanksgiving, Christmas, big old weekend, make the best of it since we won't actually be here on Christmas Day. All right, where did I do with it? Here we go. This is another pottery piece. This is a little syrup pitcher. It is made in the USA, stamped there on the bottom. And I love the colors for fall. I just thought this was a great piece for this time of year. So you've got your plain side and then you've got this side. Can't quite read what it says. John Shelby Maple something. Will look good with some fall foliage. You can never say that word. Flowers. Let's just put some fall flowers in there. Let's make it easy. Use the words I know how to say. All right, thank you for looking at that. We have another little pottery piece. And here it is. I like the coloring on this one because it's just so muted. It's just kind of moody, dark and moody, and I like that. So you have this little, I'm calling it a vase, but if you look at the top, it has a spout on it. So I guess you can use it to pour something. It's very thin though in there, so I would think maybe more so a vase than actually pouring something out of there. And we are up and running with that one. No chips or cracks, just a really cool, unique piece. Thank you for looking at that one. We have a fun little glass piece coming up next. Anybody a Scotty Dog fan? Do you have anybody have a Scotty Dog? This is a little creamer. So it is a glass creamer, and it kind of, to me, looks like that pressed glass, but it's a little Scotty Dog. And you pour it comes out of his snout there. How adorable is that? You can also probably put toothpicks or Q-tips or, you know, any of those type of things in there. But I just thought this was so cute. That is up and running, a little Scotty Dog. Kind of one of those unique pieces that you don't see all the time. Thanks for looking at that one. If you've been in my shows before, you've heard me say you can never have enough trays.
Always on YouTube.
I am a firm believer in that. And we have a tray here. So this is a silver plated. Good, I did put plated. I'm always nervous I'm going to put like silver in something and it's not real silver. Silver plated tray. Love that it has little feet on there and kind of sits up. You can put your, put whatever there in the middle. And then look at those handles. Look at how pretty those handles are. It has kind of that hammered look going on to it. It does say something on the back. I can't make it out, but there is some type of mark on the back of that. We'll go ahead and get that up and going. Just a really pretty tray. Thanks for looking at that one. We have a little bird picture here, and I just noticed now I pulled it off from behind me, and like when it's underneath the light back here, it almost becomes translucent. It was really pretty. So if you had a light shining on there. So it is like a very, very fine porcelain with that beautiful blue bird on there. No chips or cracks. Who makes this? What does this say on the bottom? This is fine china, but I can't quite read the maker on that one. I don't recognize the mark. But it does have that pretty translucent look to it when it's under a light. That is up and running. Thanks for looking at that. For my primitive friends out there, we have a rusty, crusty sled. It doesn't feel rusty, it just has a really good rusty look to it. So you can add that into a vignette of some sort, or you could probably even hang it up on a wall. What a nice little rusty, crusty piece. $3 up and running. You can even use it as a basket for a gift. You can put something in there and put the little plasticky, that wrap, the gift wrap stuff around it. Would be fun for Christmas. I love to give gifts in kind of unusual ways. I found these three, and there's just so many uses for little bowls, and they always seem to people seem to like them. They sell well. So we have a set of three, and these are the hydrangeas. How do you say that word? I cannot. Hydrangeas. So they're just beautiful. I have one of these bushes out my front door. It's not just now. I can never say the word. No chips or cracks. So you get three of them. They're all the same. Really pretty. Love the scallopy edge on those. They're up and going. Any round glass paperweights? I actually do have a round glass paperweight. Let me run this vase, and while it's running, I'll go grab it because it's in my storage just in the next room, and I'll show you it. Are you looking for ones like with fun colors or just plain glass? I have both, so I'll go grab a couple. Up next, we have a little Tonala bud vase. Beautiful, classic Tonala. Says Mexico right there, maybe if you can see that. Gorgeous little bud vase. I'm excited. Part of our Mexico trip is going to include a trip to Tonala. So I cannot wait to go and see what fun items I can find when I'm there. Colors and our flowers. Okay. All right, that is up and running. Let me go grab those couple of those paperweights real quick.
All aboard. Join me at the Strap Your Boots Honoring Veterans Raid Train, November 11th.
Almost there. One. Just a second. My husband will keep you entertained for a minute there. I'm a little out of breath. I ran as fast as I could, so excuse being out of breath. I do have 3 paperweights, and I'll go ahead and just run them as choice. No obligation, but we have this one. Nice, beautiful, like a teal flower with a big gold controlled bubble there in the middle. So that's a fun one. We have this guy, which I really like. It has a little frog in there and some like his little lily pad or his greenery with the blue on the bottom. I thought that was really neat. And then this one's my favorite one. This one isn't colorful, but this is actually a hedgehog that's in there. So when you look from the top, you can see it. You can kind of see it when you look in on the side there. Well, those are some fun ones. We'll go ahead and I'm just going to do a quick ad and we'll do choice. Oh, wow. I'm the first time I'm creating something on the fly with this new system that they have here. Okay, let's see. What's going on here? What not change their system? Let me just see. What do we have here? All right, let's see. Choice. Sorry, let me type this in. They changed it a bit. Okay, well, I don't know why it's not going. Hold on, I'm sorry. For some reason, it doesn't want a picture. Oh, at least one image. Okay. We are going to do. I'm not good at doing things on the fly here. All right. Publish. Okay. Let's see if this is going to give me my paperweights here now. Nope. Oh, there it goes. I just saw it. Okay. So this is for choice. One of those paperweights will run at $4. Get to pick which one you want. And I didn't get a good picture. I just threw something in there. But they are up and going. Thank you so much for your patience while I did that. I'm used to it popping up on the screen in the middle, and instead it took me to like a whole new listing. And Island Girl, is it the, just confirm the teal? Is this the one that you want? Teal flower, perfect. All right, teal flower. Thank you so much.
On its way to you.
And we have those other two. If you guys are interested, just let me know. I'll go back and run the other two. Oh, okay, let's go ahead. My husband's saying yes, please do it. Okay. And of course I didn't put enough Let me. All right, and it is up and running again. There it goes. So we're down to the hedgehog and the frog. And Island Girl, thank you so much. Right, let's see what is next here. Oh, good. Yep, I figured you wanted because I saw the frog, so, but yes, thank you. I put it aside for you. All right, where are we? Kind of flipping back on my list here, see where we were.
Thank you.
I have my list filtered. Maybe I should take the filter off so I can actually see things the right way. We have, coming up, a really neat trinket box. I love this one. And what's so cool about, there's a little backstory on this one. But this is just, it's like a fun trinket box. I'm not sure how vintage it is, probably last 15, 20 years, so probably getting close. But it is this kind of worn looking gold paint to it, and the lid comes off. But what's really neat is on the inside there, and I know it's hard to read, but it does say it's from a art gallery in Jacksonville, Florida, which just stole my heart when I saw it, because before we moved to Pennsylvania, we came from Jacksonville, Florida. So I spent 20 years living there. So I was like, oh, this is a sign when I found this in Pennsylvania. So we're going to go ahead and run that. $5. Really neat trinket box. So just a fun piece. I have another one that's very similar to this that I actually got from Traveler's Antiques, which is one of my favorite sellers. Thank you so much for looking at that one. Okay. You know, I start off with my shelves all organized, and then I start pulling things off and they become a mess. I just can't keep it together. We have another little trinket dish, and this is a dainty little one. It's a little porcelain one, and it actually on the back, this is Wedgwood. So it's a Wedgwood porcelain. Those really pretty blue flowers on there. No chips or cracks. So you got that, and then on the front you got a little blue flower too. So a very dainty little trinket dish. That is up and going. Thanks for looking at that one. We have, and this is kind of a, I don't know if you say specialty item, but I guess it has to be one of those things that you collect, or maybe something you would want to resell. But these are brass knobs, so they're vintage brass knobs. They are detachable from here, they're just on here to be held, but you can tell it has a screw about like that, so it'd be great for like cabinet doors, dresser drawers, so maybe if you redo furniture or whatever. But they're really neat. I just love the design on them. So you don't see that kind of craftsmanship much anymore. We're going to go ahead and run. You get all 9 of those. And they do come with the screws. Like I said, they're just on here now to hold them all together in a nice manner. Thanks for looking. We have an egg cup next. And these are so fun. So I have never used an egg cup personally, would not know how to exactly use it properly. I did see another seller talking about that. You can use them on either side for different purposes. I don't know if that's true or not. That's what she said, going with it. But I do love the blue on this with the little flower. I just think that's really pretty. I would probably put something else in there. That is up and going, $3, no chips or cracks. Thanks for looking at that. Next up for my primitive friends, and it does have a pre-bid. We do have a vintage level. Love the red on this. This is so fun. Just the red on there. I can see it mixed in with some other stuff. On the back, I'm trying to read what it says. Red Dominion torpedo level. I think that's what it says. Can you read that? Yeah, Red Dominion. So that's what it. Kind of see if you can see that. It says made in the USA on this side. Don't know how accurate it is for actual use as a level, but it's a fun piece. Thanks for your pre-bid. And Vintage Alley, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's see, next we have a pair of nippers. And honestly, I probably can't say what came to mind when I saw these. I think they were used on a farm, and I would hate to see the animal they used these on. If that's what they were used for, I don't know, but that's what I thought. But it is a rusty pair of nippers here. They still do work, but they are rusty crusty. Those are up and going. Might be fun to add into some type of vignette with these ones. Good weight to them. Nice and heavy. Thanks for looking at those. Oh, is that what it's for? My husband just said it's to take the horseshoes off the horse. I did not know that. My mind was not going in the right place with this. Anyways, here is an oil can. It's a vintage oil can. And what's really cool about this is it has like this little wood piece on the top. I thought that was neat. I've never seen one with the wood piece. Kind of that comes out like that. So fun little oil can. I'm going to go ahead and get that going. Thanks for looking at that one. We have up next, we have a large crock. And this is probably kind of like a basic crock that most people have, but if you're a crock collector, I don't think you can ever have enough. Put them up on your kitchen counter, whatever, put your utensils coming out of there. This one is stained, has some cracks on it, so definitely stained up, very old looking. Nice big crock. I'll go ahead and get that going, $5. And go back and make sure you see the stained side so you know what, full disclosure, what's going on with that one. I'm glad it's 15 seconds. I couldn't hold it much longer than that. Thank you so much for looking at that one. This is a really pretty like canister. Especially if you're a fan of any of the lusterware. This does have some paint wear up on the lid, but it is beautiful, beautiful piece of lusterware. There is crazing on it. I'll show you the lid. Paint wear on the little knob in the middle, but gorgeous, gorgeous canister. Go ahead and set it down over here so you can take a better look at it. The colors aren't coming through as wonderful on the camera. I think they're a little more vibrant in person. No chips or cracks. Thanks for your bid. And 12 thumbs, thank you so much. And I think that was a first time purchase. It doesn't show me, but I don't recognize the name, so thank you, thank you. All right, up next is a cake stand. but would make a great pedestal too. So if you're just looking for something to, add some decor to, this would make a great pedestal. It's a milk glass cake stand. Really pretty design on top. Kind of almost like a snowflake looking there, but I think it could be used all year. And then you've got the pedestal base on the bottom. Mint condition, no chips or cracks. That is up and running. I love the little design up on the top of that one. Thanks for looking at that. We have a really fun hobnail bowl. I don't think this is Fenton. If it is, it's not marked, so that's why I didn't put it as Fenton. But look how fun this is. So you have your hobnails around the edges and just this wonderful edge. And it's just so fun to look at. Think of how cool that would look like filled with Skittles or something. That'd be so much fun. Red apples. Oh, my husband said red apples. That would look good too. You put a bunch of red apples in there. No chips or cracks. And that is up and running. Thanks for looking at that one. Let's see, kind of flipping through my list really quick here and see where I left off. This is a really fun, colorful piece here. So this is a pottery bowl, but it comes in this wire basket holder. Not sure why. Maybe I'm thinking like if it's like put something hot in there, I don't know. But they come apart so you can use them separately or use them together. But you have this wonderful, beautiful blue pottery bowl. So you got the flowers on the inside. And then as you look around the outside, you've got all the flowers on the outside. I'm trying to see on the bottom, there's no like signature or anything. It is kind of like rusticy looking. So there's like areas of wear on certain spots, but I think it adds to it. I don't think it's one that deters from it. And then you have this little metal basket with a wooden handle that the bowl goes in. And I love the colors on there. Just a great, great colorful piece. That is up and going, $5. Thanks for looking at that one. All right, so we have a little piece of ephemera here, and I thought this was really neat. So this is kitchen tested recipes, why can't I talk? Recipes for delicious cakes and pastries. Made with gold medal special cake flour. So it's actually like you get the little envelope, so you can put your recipe cards in there. And then you get all these little recipe cards, and they're in plastic. I'm not going to take them out, but you get a bunch of them. I didn't count them, but I would say maybe about 8 to 10 little recipe cards in there. So the one on the back here is Comfort Icing, is what that one is. So I just thought this whole little set was really, really cool. So we're going to go ahead and run that. You can separate the cards, put them in, like your flower frogs or something. But I just thought the whole thing was pretty neat. Thanks for looking at that. Let me slide it back into plastic here so that I don't mess that up. All right. Oh, these shelves. These shelves are fun. So they're two very light wooden shelves, and they look like birds. So you get two of them, and you can see they kind of have that. They look like a bird there with the big tail feathers hanging up, and they're very light. You hang them up here at the top. But if you just have a little space and you want to display a little collectible or something, how fun are these? And you get both of them for $5. So you can have a set. Sometimes one isn't enough. Sometimes you kind of need like one on either side of a place or something. So go ahead and put them together, I thought. Thanks for looking at those. I have a couple milk glass pieces, and I think we're going to probably end up raiding somebody. We have a shorter show today because I have to go pick up my daughter. Got mom duties today. All right, I'm going to show this one here. I just love this little blue and white. I love the like all that Delft type look. This is not Delft, but it has that blue and white, and would kind of mix in really beautifully if you do have that type of decor. And where did it go? I love how they just disappear. Here we go. All right, that is up and going for $3. Thanks for looking at that. I have this beautiful piece of milk glass. Let's see if I can, trying to find it on my list here. Here it is. So it's a beautiful vase or bowl. It's kind of a big opening for a vase. But what I really like about it is the like the leaf print going around the edges. A little bit different than your typical grape design, which I do have some grape patterns I'll show you in a second. But this one has that leaf pattern going around the edges. I think that's a little elegant. That is up and going. Thanks for looking at that one. Let's see, we have, here is one with the grape pattern. This is a pretty popular pattern that you'll see, so you may be collecting some of these already. But this is a nice big milk glass vase or like compote where you can put anything in there. But you can see it has the grape pattern. This doesn't have a maker's mark, so I don't know who makes this one, possibly Westmoreland, but it's not marked Westmoreland, so I don't know for sure. And that one is up and running. And I like the ones that have kind of like the paneling look to them too. I was on a milk glass kick for the longest time and just bought so much milk glass. Thanks for looking at that. We also have a little toothpick holder, which aren't just for toothpicks, they're great for like Q-tips and any little thingies here. And I love this one because it has a little starburst kind of look to it. Oops, what did I do? Where did it go? All right, so we have the little toothpick holder, and look at the little starburst patterns on there. I just think that's so pretty. And you get the top of it, a little smudgy in there. Go ahead and set it down. And we'll run that one for $1. Thanks for looking. All right, I think we are going to go raid somebody. So let me take a quick look. Thank you guys.
All aboard. Join me at the Strap Your Boots Honoring Veterans Raid Train, November 11th.
Thank you guys so much for joining the show today. Please bookmark me, watch upcoming shows. I do have my chat show tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, where it is aimed on 2 resellers, but anybody can join. And it's on accounting and tax topics for resellers. So please join me tomorrow at 10 and some future shows. I do have my Dollar Start show every Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. And with that, let's go find somebody to raid. Let's see here. I did see there is a primitive raid train going on. Maybe Smart Vintage Vibes. I don't know if that's who's on right now, but let's see if we can find that person.
Honey, what are you doing?
There we go.